the classroom.
All right, fourth graders. All right, we're gonna do some social studies. It's been a while. You know what? You guys are gonna need your books. Quietly get your social studies books. It does not need to be a madhouse over there.
Not everybody. What about people practicing?
It doesn't matter. Just get a book. Either take chapter and get them for you, or you can get the book. Quinn and Drew, calm down. We are on chapter 2, lesson 2. What page is that? Colton, what page?
80.
80, are you sure?
Yep, chapter 2 lesson.
You know what? I lied. We're doing chapter 2, lesson 1.
Uh-huh.
Keep yourself, Riley. What page is that on, Colton?
74.
What page?
74.
What, Quinn? I know we have. We're gonna do it again. Because it's been a really long time since we talked about it, right? Okay. All right, are we all on the same page? Page 74? Okay. Now, I know you guys recognize this chapter. Voices off, please, Austin. I know you guys recognize this chapter because we've done it once before already, but it was a long time ago, right? I bet you guys don't remember hardly anything from this chapter, okay? So we're going to read some of it, and then we're going to do a project when we're done, okay? But we have to read this in order to do the project, all right? So, picking sticks, let's see who's going to read for us first today. Amira, you get to start us off. Shh.
Bill's background. Today, the Southwest has the largest population of Native Americans in all the regions. The area is home to different groups, including the Navajo,
Yes,
Apache,
good job.
and Hopi.
Hopi.
People of the desert. Pueblo.
Pueblo.
Native Americans have lived in the Southwest for more than 1,000 years. Pueblo is the Spanish word for town or village. Pueblo groups living in the reef region include the Zuni, and Santa Clara, and the Hopi of Arizona.
Okay, hold that thought. As we read along this chapter, I want you guys to pay attention to the Hopi, what we're reading about right now, how they were in the past and how they live now in the present. Pay attention. If you find that in your book, maybe you want to mark that or make a little mental note where you found that, because that has to do with our project. So if you pay attention to where the past information is and the present information is, your project will be really easy. Okay, Amira, keep going.
The Hopi people. Many Hopi are farmers. They grow beans, squash, melons, and corn, and their most important crop. Hundreds of years ago, Hopi ancestors learned how to grow a crop in the difficult southwestern climate. Today, Hopi farmers plant in canyons and valleys and become naturally flooded with rain and water each year.
All right. James. Do you want the microphone?
What?
Do you want the microphone to read with?
No.
Okay, hold on to it then.
Each year they also, right?
Mm-hmm.
Each
You
year
start with they also.
they also plant seeds 12 inches deep to
Moisture.
moisture trapped in the soil. Rain is an important resource for Hopi farmers, as it is for all farmers in the Southwest. In the Hopi culture, they pray to
That word is Kitchinas.
Chinas for
Spirits.
spirits for rain
All right.
every 2 years in August, December.
Dancers.
Dancers perform the snake dance to ask for rain.
Gavin. Mira, pass the mic.
This ceremony attracts thousands of visitors to Arizona. Hopi life. About 1,000 years ago, the Hopi began to build villages made of adobe. Adobe is clay and straw that have been baked in the sun used for building materials. Adobe kept the houses cool in the summer and warm in the winter. There were no doors on the ground floor of an adobe house. To get inside, ladders were used to climb to the second level. If there was any danger, the ladders were pulled up, keeping the people inside safe. Many Hopi people live in adobe houses today.
Okay, let's look at what Gavin just read here. Is there any information in those 2 paragraphs Gavin read that talk about Hopi life in the past? Quinn, do you see anything?
They would make adobe houses, and they would use doors on the second level to protect them.
Okay. And is there any other information about the past, Hopi life in the past group?
As when they were ever in danger, they would take and put their ladders on top.
Okay.
Second level.
Okay. Now, is there any information about Hopi life in the present, in modern times? Zoe?
Some Hopi still live in the adobe houses.
Do you think they pull up their ladders when they're in danger?
No, they probably have doors.
You think they probably have doors now? Yeah, I think so too. Anything else in there about present day life? Nothing at all? All right, let's keep reading. Maybe there's some more information we can use. Terrence, take it away.
Rotu reservations. During the 1800s, southwestern lands became a part of land claimed by the United States. Newcomers began to settle the Native American areas. Disagreements soon followed. The United States sent soldiers to the southwestern to protect the settlers. They also fought many battles with Native Americans. As a result, the United States created reservations. A reservation is land set aside by the government for the Native Americans.
Quinn.
The Hopi Reservation was created in 1882. Wait, 1,880.
Wait, you had it right the first time. That's a year.
Okay.
That's a year.
Yeah, that's all. The Hopi were forced onto this much smaller area of land. They were also urged to drop their traditions, such as their religion, and take on the ways of the settlers. However, many Hopi fought to keep their old customs and cultures. The Navajo and Hopi people have different ways of life. Since the 1700s, both groups have had disagreements over how to use the same land.
Grisha.
The Navajo were herders with tens of thousands of sheep. Their flock needed wide grassy areas to feed, to keep the grass from running out. The Navajo moved from area to area. Looking for more grass, they moved their animals onto Hopi land. In 1974, Congress divided up the Hopi reservation between the two groups. This was called the Navajo Hopi Land Settlement Act.
Hi.
Oh. Today, the Hopi and Navajo both claim land in the Four Corners area. The Four Corners in the place where the borders of four states, Arizona, Colorado, Utah, and New Mexico meet. Look at the map below and find where these and other Native American reservations are located today.
All right, look at your map down below. See there's a couple of states in yellow.
Yep.
All the purple represents a Native American reservation. That's the land that they were forced to live on. Just that little tiny bit. That's it. It isn't that much, no. Okay, now let's look at reservation life today. So we're moving from the past now to the present. Tamaya.
Reservation life today. Today, about 10,000 people live on the Hopi Reservation in northeastern Arizona. The reservation is made up of villages on or near three high mesas, known as First Mesa, Second Mesa, and Third Mesa. Old
Origby.
Origby, located on Third Mesa,
That word is mesa.
Mesa, is one of our country's oldest villages. It was established over 800 years ago. Some Hopi follow the way of their ancestors and learn a living as farmers. Others make and sell traditional baskets, pottery, and silver jewelry.
Olivia.
Are swimming away while thousands live on the reservation. Other Hopi people have moved to cities and towns throughout Arizona and the Southwest. Though they are spread out, many consider the three mesas in Arizona home. The area has shaped their traditions and way of life. Read the excerpt by poet Wendy Rose. She describes the connection she feels between her Hopi ancestors and the southwestern environment.
All right, listen up. I'm going to read that poem. It's an excerpt from To Some Few Hopi Ancestors, written by Wendy Rose in 1977. No longer the drifting and falling of wind, your songs have changed. They have become thin willow whispers that take us by the ankle and tangle us up with red mesa stone that keep us turned to the round sky. What do you think she means when she says your songs have changed? Zoe, Risha, what do you think? Yeah, those are great answers. McKenna, did you want to share? Dallas, what do you think it means? It could, yeah. Mm-hmm. Selena? Maybe. McKenna? They've changed, sure. These are all really good answers. All right, Dallas, let's read the last paragraph. Putting it together. Who's got the mic? Thank you, Oz. Guys, come on.
Like many Native Americans, the Hopi people respect their heritage of their ancestors. Their traditions are shaped by the desert they have called home for over 1,000 years. They also have modern ways shared by most Americans. For the Hopi, life is a mix of traditional customs and newer ways.
Thank you, Dallas. All right. Did any of you hear or read anything that talked about the Hopi way of life in the past? Does anybody want to share something they found? Terrence.
Okay, so they said
All right.
oh wait,
Okay.
100 years ago, Hopi ancestors learned how to grow crops in southwestern climate.
Can you repeat that, please?
Hundreds of years ago, Hopi ancestors learned how to grow crops in the difficult southwestern climate.
Okay. And what about in the present? Was there any information about how they grow crops in the present? Austin.
Now they grow like
Use your books. Your books are full of information. McKenna.
Today, Hopi farmers plant canyons and valleys that become naturally flooded with rainwater each year.
Awesome. So that was it. In the past, how they grew, and in the present, how they grew. So now, your project for the day, the rest of the day, is this. We're going to make little folders that talk about Southwest life in the past and the present. So we open it up, we have a little folder, and then we're all gonna get note cards. And on your note cards, I want you to write 4 note cards, cut them up, and put them in the past, and then 4 other note cards that have information about them in the present. And then we can collect these. We can use these as study guides later, so I would do a good job on these. You may draw little pictures to help you remember on your note cards, but they can't all be pictures. I want words on there, and I don't want a list. I want details. If you're done in 10 minutes, you probably didn't do that great of a job. You may also decorate the front and the back accordingly. Past, present. Past, present. Make sense? Yes? Okay, I'll show you how to make this folder. Super easy. I have note cards to pass around. When I tell you, you may get your supplies when I tell you. But I haven't told you yet.
this is it. We have to write on this card.
Yes, you do have to write on
On
cards.
every
right?
single one.
You're gonna have a total of 8 cards. 4 in the past, 4 in the present. Yeah? Here's how we make our folders. It's really easy. Take your page, fold the bottom up about 2 inches or so, and fold it. You can put staples on the ends, and then fold it in half.
Easy.
And that's how we make our folder. Yes? Easy? Got it? All right.
Can I help pass out?
You may, James.
May I?
You may.
May I?
That's it. Everybody gets one of these. And everybody gets one of these. Thank you. Here's my example if you want to check it out. This is the one I worked on. And inside, see, I drew a little drawing. I labeled it. Here's my note cards. Oh, this one says, Riley, voice is off. About 1,000 years ago, the Hopi began to build villages made of adobe. And I even drew a little mini adobe house, so I know that, oh, that's adobe. They used that. Houses that look like that in the past. And I stick it there. For a fact for the present, I wrote, today, the Hopi and Navajo both claim land in the Four Corners area. And then I drew a little map of the Four Corners area. It's literally just a 4 square like you guys play on the playground. And I circled the middle. That's it. And I put that in the present. And to keep it all together. That's it. Pretty much. I'll leave this up here if you want to check it out. You may work with a friend, but you have to work quietly. And if you're not working, then you're working by yourself. Just stay there. I'm going to get my stapler. The deeper your pockets, the better they're going to hold your things.
Pass this all the way up. You guys pass it down there when you guys have
Guys, we can do this a lot quieter. Or we can keep reading. I don't mind either one. We'll make something out of next time. I'm out of staples. Guys, make line. I'm out of staples. Keep your books. You may use your books. I don't know how you can finish this project without books. They're kind of important. Nice up. There you go. All right, so you're wandering. Okay. Leon, this is the last time we're refocusing. I got him, but you can sit down and wait. Does everybody have their folder stapled?
No, I didn't pull my paper.
Well, then get going, Riley. People need help. Just fold the bottom. Yeah, you did. Perfect. You're done, Mira. And then fold it in half. Yeah. We're making like a folder. You know, like in your binder and stuff. Yeah, I know you have two. Everybody got two. One of these sheets goes on one side and the other sheet goes on the other side. Cut out your cards and write information on them from your book that has to do with life in the past and in the present. You do? I like I have like a couple of those. They always break them.
I got it. I now
Oh, well, your hand wasn't up. Here, try again. Riley, try again. You can make it easier than that. There you go. Wow. Okay. Are you ready for me to staple? Adam, is there a staple? James, is there a staple? Yeah. Alina, is there a staple? Yep. Dylan. James. Put it away. We're done.
I thought it was gonna be for life. But it was just a few hours.
You can't do
All right. We're on page 74, 5. Here we go. And then go through your text and find 4 facts about the Hopi from the past and another 4 facts from about the Hopi in the present. And then this side is going to be for the past and this side is for the present. And you put your cards to come out. Okay, and you can decorate the front. Here's my example, Dylan. Here's the one I did, just so you know. Here's my son, and then the inside, and then my cards. And you may draw, Dallas is talking, you can go find seats on Dutch. You may draw little tiny pictures on your cards so you remember, but there has to be words you kept. I don't want to go through this. Anybody can make that. Right? Okay, that's it. Easy peasy. You guys fun. about Hopi life in the past and these for the past. And then you're gonna take one page of your cards and write the facts about the Hopi life in the past, and put it on the map. And the other one is the present for the Yes, you may. And you can work with your friends and stuff as long as it's quiet and not out of control party time. And I have an example up there if you want to check it out.
Here, you've done it.
Eight black ones. Yes, if you need to look at my example on the board, feel free. You can take it down and look at it.